My name is Jeff Crowe, and I'm a partner with Northwestern Venture Partners.
Hi, my name is Bipul Sinha. I work at Lightspeed Venture Partners.
My name is Todd Kimmel. I'm with Mayfield Fund.
My name is Levy. I'm a technology reporter with Bloomberg News.
That's in IT, healthcare, and consumer here in India, in China, and in Israel.
Lightspeed is a global venture fund. We manage $2 billion plus in capital. I invest in India, China, Israel, in addition to the US.
I focus primarily on the clean tech space, but my partner sent me anything that's not traditionally IT or consumer.
To cover mostly technology, have sort of gone back and forth between finance and technology over the last 6 years, and for the last 2.5 years been very focused on venture capital, startups, and innovation.
Tonight we're here to talk a little bit about what they think are upcoming trends, both in the upward and in the downward direction. And we basically decided as a group that they should just run away with things. So we're going to just take it from the top and open it up to the four of them to duke it out over what they each think will be hot or not in 2012.
As far as what's hot,
what will be hot and what will not?
Hot is a very, very loaded term.
So I think the whole enterprise software infrastructure is up for a massive innovation.
there are a number of industries, financial services, healthcare, education, to name a few.
I think clean tech will not be hot in 2012.
From my perspective, I think there are two big trends that I'm particularly excited about.
All these interesting opportunities in something which you'd say, well, I thought people had kind of played that out 5 or 10 years ago, and you're finding that the theme is so big and the wave is so big that there's many just derivatives on top of that.
Google type analytics and what people have learned in the social spheres.
The ongoing shift to online advertising from TV and print.
Why is it so difficult for me to store my health records in a way that's just really easy to access?
This whole IT stack disruption.
Why is it so much easier for me to book the perfect flight than it is to find the right mutual fund?
Things like curated commerce, social commerce, subscription commerce. There's a whole series of things.
So people that have been working at Google and working at Facebook, the way that they've learned that consumers like to use their products and the sort of big data things that they've learned, those can all be tremendously useful in verticals that have been very slow to adapt to technology.
How is social driving commerce, or how is subscription is kind of the latest thing that you've seen subscription commerce now in all kinds of sectors of the economy.
But I think the next wave is that how you leverage now people connected over internet, not just the website, to build the next layer of services, not just for the consumer, but as well as for the enterprise.
Major themes that we try to invest behind is just the ongoing shift to e-commerce.
What I do think is going to be hot is an area that you know Jeff touched on in the financial services area. I think if you look at what happened during the downturn, I think the fundamental trust, kind of bond that was there between financial institutions, up and down the chain from banks to brokerage firms, I mean, you name it, has really been broken. And I think there's an opportunity for both product innovation and service level innovation, and just bringing more transparency and reducing the fees around most of those types of products. So, we've been spending some time at Mayfield looking at that.
What's not hot are businesses who have a single platform dependency.
Will, crush you without you even knowing that they've crushed you, unless you really have something that's disruptive.
A chance for the entrepreneurs and the investor to make a lot more money because they're not facing overfunded competitors. So
You're $50 million, which is interesting, but it's not like, holy shit, interesting.
We don't like to invest in companies that where their entire business can have the rug pulled out from under them by one other party.
Bit of how you're even conceiving of hot, right? Is it something that what sort of time horizons are you thinking of for what you're thinking of as hot versus not?
We really don't focus on hot at all.
It's less about what's hot or what's not. It's what has the potential to be disruptive against the target, right?
The fact that something is hot or not hot is really kind of irrelevant to us.
What hot is really understanding of some of the fundamental trends that we are seeing and extrapolating them to see if these market trends will intersect with a demand that the customers will generate.
If you are doing your job, you've hit upon an idea and you're starting a company before it's hot. And if we're doing our job, we're finding you before it's hot.
If you've got 100,000 users to start and they're like throwing money at you because they can't wait to get more of your services, that's really hot.
So that is your job, and that is our job, is to figure these things out before it's obvious to everybody else, and then broadly anointed as hot.
What you're seeing in sort of data analytics and ways that information is being harvested, used, repurposed, sold, what that means for other people.
What I'm seeing now is more of delivering in a managed service offering way, right? So, and just putting an economic story around it, right?
Social means Facebook plus Twitter plus Google plus LinkedIn plus.
You are seeing big data is going to be impactful, is really around the oil and gas part of the energy space, particularly around natural gas and what we're seeing with fracking.
Fundamental of e-commerce is about customer acquisition and visibility into repeat purchase. And the first generation internet was about directories, and the second generation internet was about people adding information to that directory and creating a search engine that can bring everything together. So if you think about the social media is a two-dimensional plane where people are points and connected through graphs. Can you build a third dimension and aggregate people around a theme? And that could be the next generation opportunities.
How are you and where are you finding the people and the ideas? I mean, where is it that you're going for the top talent, and where are you finding these new things?
There isn't, I think, any one formula for finding individuals who turn out to be very talented at kind of looking ahead.
The business creation or value creation is really about having a very unique perspective.
We have to look everywhere to find these people. We have to look at people who have spun out of large companies, people who have spun out of small companies because they know the domains. We're looking in universities. We're getting all kinds of recommendations from our network.
Look for people who have that unique perspective. And if you find people with unique perspective and we see some signals that this unique perspective can be translated and these guys can translate that into a business, then we go ahead and fund them.
How do you even know where to start? I mean, for the people out here who are going to be looking for their co-founders and people to join them and their networks are here, how do they access that?
Cast a wide net, and we try to reach a lot of different constituencies to find opportunities, and that comes from corporations and strategics that we know, all the way down to lawyers and accountants and people that we trust within the venture community, other entrepreneurs that we know.
The ability for entrepreneurs to find places where investors are and to access capital is greater than it's ever been.
There's always typically a few spheres of excellence where you can go and try to understand what the key motivators are for technology to be successful, or what's held an area back and whatnot, and just get some resident experts that can help you be informed about the situation.